Okay. Um, Apparently, caps lock affects running and walking, and somehow, like the standard setting is not having caps lock on means one click is running, one click is walking, sorry, and two clicks is running. Having caps lock on inverts that, and somehow I managed to bug the game in a way that that whole process is inverted. So now it means one click is running and two clicks is walking, which is fine by me. I prefer one click running anyway, but still very confusing. I don't actually know still why I can't fast travel. I forgot about looking that one up. I should have done that as well. But we're already almost here anyway. Actually, should I quickly visit the pawn shop? Nah, let's talk to you first. You have any tapes?
Everything's still cool here, officer.
The street vendor assures you. Hey, quick question. Do you sell any tapes?
Tapes? You mean like music tapes? No, music is out. Don't listen to music. I sell extremely cool sunglasses. If you want to get your mojo going.
He points at the shoddy box on the left. Alright, so you have no idea whatsoever where I could find tapes?
Tapes? Tapes are everywhere. They're worthless. Kids throw them in the trees. There's one in the bushes, right behind this lorry. No one would ever throw a good pair of high-quality plastic sunglasses in the bushes, mister.
His smile widens.
You should have a look. It's better than nothing.
Alright. Here. What is this? I've never been here, actually, now that I think about it. Hot air rises up from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze.
Disentangle the tape.
With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this.
Yep.
What's the tape for?
Yes. It's for Egghead. I promised to make his Van Eyck's jam hit a bit harder. Maybe this tape can help.
How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
I'm not sure, but I'll find out. Maybe Egghead can point me in the right direction.
You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time.
He looks at his wristwatch a little impatiently.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape.
Good Hawthorne.
Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102. Underneath a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. You tree-hugging pansy. The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane endures the wintry gusts with ease.
Okay. Well, Roy, I've got some business with you. If we can actually go to the door. Talking to the right person can reopen a closed white check. Well, I hope we can reopen the closed white check in the sewer then.
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service?
I'm so glad you're already awake. It's so lonely in this city at this hour.
Perhaps. I just like being awake for the transition between night and morning, bearing witness to the first hints of light on the horizon.
Do you know how to fix this?
You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but...
Great, could you do it, please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone.
But I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty... worthless.
Worthless? It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do you know that old church down the coast?
Yes. What about it?
I met some young ravers near the place. They want to turn the church into a nightclub and play some weird new disco beats there. They call it amnesic dance music. I promise to help them with that.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it. No bass, bass. It just goes zoot, zoot, zoot. But this tape could make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this.
He looks at the bundle of tape in front of him. It shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show.
Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs. You know these visuals would look super cool in the church.
Hey, those visuals you've got here would look great in the church.
Yeah, I bet they would. All those lights in a massive church hall.
He stares at the intricate interplay of light and shadow all around him, suddenly moved by the idea.
A sanctuary filled with hand-picked positive photons. There would be no room for sadness in such a place. It's a brilliant vision.
You and me, we could make this all become true. Mankind needs this.
Yeah, man, no. I rather like this place happy too. You know, where I work. This tape is all I can do for you and your friend's nightclub project.
He nods at the fixed tape on the countertop.
There's no way to turn this around, I'm afraid.
Oh, thanks for the help.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility. Okay.
Okay. Let's see if we can actually quickly improve our electrochemistry. To give that one another try. Where do we have something that helps? Electrochemistry +1. +1 here. +1 here. Why do we have so much electrochemistry? That's like the skill I want the least. Oh, we've got okay, this is just the same. This also gives -1 reaction speed. This gives -1 savoir-faire. I'll take the reaction speed for now.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something. Soft, yet crinkly.
Take the item out.
Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in Sur-le-Clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your fingers.
Oh, we'll look at it now. Actually, no, we'll check that.
Top of the
first.
morning to you. How may I be of...
Nope, still no
All
clue.
one. Alright.
You obviously haven't been doing enough drugs lately.
Yep, apparently. Not this. Not this either, really. This is what I want to do.
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
Ancient temple?
Yes, from the height of antiquity. A long, long time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
End of summer.
The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Where did it go?
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
Take a deep, deep breath.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take.
Every move you make.
Whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory filling the gaps?
I already like this, gaining lots and lots of XP.
Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes, made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive. Feels so familiar.
Put the wrapper away. Alright. Got me some experience. Happy about that. I just need to get used to one click for speed. Probably in the context of this game, speed also having another meaning. I should probably reduce my vocabulary to running in this case. What else am I gonna do? Oh yeah, over there. Corpse. Down here. Let's take a look at that. We could then, if we're done with that, send it away.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
I like how knows there's a bullet in there gives me plus 14. Like, it's the game's basically saying you have to be a complete idiot if you know there's a bullet in the body and you can't find it. Go on.
Your arms reach out and your eyes close,
55.
as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh, first with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand.
Here we go.
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent.
Put your fingers in his mouth.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track.
Play with it. This feels right.
The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, delicate to touch. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in.
Open your eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Say, abrasion collar.
Abrasion collar.
The lieutenant looks in. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the copy paper. Touch it with your finger, gently.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Put your finger in.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Brainstem?
Yes, that's what this part is called. You've seen the drawings. You've studied them.
Feel around first.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. The bullet has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again, never wake. The funk soul brother at the back of his head has gone dark, forever.
Push deeper.
Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres.
The cavity is here, cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Push deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him.
You could have said that differently. Wriggle in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin. This must be the bullet.
Give me a
Wait,
minute.
detective.
Just as you start to slide your fingers out.
Out comes his small folding knife. The lieutenant moves its blade across the man's skull, searching for the exit wound.
There.
Withdraw your hand 4 centimeters, please.
Pull your fingers back and nod.
With a crack, he punches the knife in the skull. Then, one more time, and one more, until the bone comes loose, like eggshell. Inside, you feel the jello move from his poking. The bullet is still under your finger.
Can you push it out?
Push.
A fractured piece of lead, like a flower, blossoms from the man's head, followed by your finger.
A bullet. Unknown caliber. Rifled. You may remove your hand from the victim's head now, officer. Well done.
Somehow, that sentence is so strange. You may remove your hand from the victim's head now, officer. Just take that out of context.
Here's your prize.
He drops the bullet in an evidence bag and puts it in your hand. Your other hand, the one not covered in blood and cerebral cortex.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds like heaven.
Opinion, fatal injury.
This concurs with the Hardy boys' story in Clausius.
And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3, ligament mark. Treatment. It's obvious the Hardy boys tampered with it.
You should have known.
I had my doubts. There were no signs of a struggle on his hands. No claw marks on his neck. But still.
His brow furrows while his eyes glaze over. The lieutenant looks regretful for not figuring this out before.
Maybe the bullet holds more answers?
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
I think I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
What happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
You'll be gone. But Kim, you can't just be gone. I need you. What should I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
The word lingers in the air of the basement. Far away, ice cream makers are buzzing, and the sea wind blows outside. Detective.
Try to remove the dead man's boots.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle. Okay, so you can sneak out of your room maybe, after he's gone to sleep.
But that means it would take me 2 more days until I can actually bring that back. Bring the corpse back. Okay. I'm not doing it now anyway. Might do it later. Evidence the fractured
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
What do I do with you, Bullet?
What?
The lieutenant steps closer. I said, what do I do with you, Bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say find the weapon that shot me.
Good idea.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
Feel the bullet through the bag.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge.
Inspect it closer.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Look at the jacket.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
It's a jacketed bullet close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
Highly unusual. The people of Revachol haven't carried breech-loading weapons like this for nearly half a century.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
Something tells you that won't be any time soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
Try to determine what type of weapon shot this.
A rifle, revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Make?
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you, the dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber.
Is anyone still making these rifles?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Who uses Belmargrave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
I think I know where this came from.
Okay. And?
The shot probably came from a Belmargrave rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
Probably a good thing.
I have to hand it to the monarchs. It's quite admirable that they took the advice of criminologists last century and banned the use of breech loaders in peacetime. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
Makes you consider every shot. I like it.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation.
Seems like we're looking for an antiques enthusiast.
Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next step, finding the gun itself.
Okay, Bullet has nothing more to say. Okay. Wash off the death smell and the whirling in rags. Does our little room have it as well? Maybe. Locate a working firearm that shoots 4.46 ammo. Harry? What are you doing, Harry? Oh. Well... Kim, wait. Help, please, I'm stuck. Alright. I guess we'll save. And reload it. What is with me finding all of these bugs today? Alright, it's fixed. I've found like 0 bugs at all previously, and now suddenly all of the bugs right here. I know where this one came from, it's relatively easy. It's because I was in a state, like not in a normal animation, and then I interacted with something in my inventory while I was in that unusual state, so that's probably the reason for that. But still. Can I go into my room, the Whirling in Rags, while I'm not actually sleeping there? We'll see. Is there anything new here now that I found the other entrance to it, maybe?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Yes.
It could be
No.
connected to the...
Could be, but...
You see, it could be connected to the barred door
Yes.
upstairs. The old cobalt, it leads to a side. The door does not budge.
Doesn't do anything new.
The man ponders.
He doesn't have anything new to say either. What about Titus? Anything new from you?
The Coppernado is back. What do you want? Yeah.
No. Nothing. You don't have to move to me all the time. You can just stay where you are, and I'll talk to you from here.
Hi again, Gendarme.
About the hat and the robe I'm wearing.
You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see
Oh
it.
yeah, those were his, right? I wasn't really planning on giving it back anyway. I took it to blend in. I'm undercover, you see?
Blend in where? A carnival?
Yes. Alright.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Bye-bye. Oh, he's back.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Okay, let's go upstairs. We can probably talk to Clausy again too.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
The what now?
The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants smokes.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
But you broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all. Or you could not do that. No one is making you.
Why are these all like yes answers? Well, I'll think about it.
Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can go in. That's nice. Apparently still have a key for it. Is there anything new here?
The bed is still cold.
Okay, no time to rest, obviously. What about this?
The fan stands
Nothing new here. Okay. This door is just there.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore.
Okay, I can't stop the expression. But how am I supposed to wash myself if there's no option for me to do so? Well, I don't know. Talk to Klasia. Actually, Klasia has a bathroom too.
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs, plus an old toothbrush. And
Search for the Preptide again?
there it is, the orange sun wearing blister pack. You feel almost nostalgic for it.
No, I don't need it. That's fine. I just didn't remember what it was. Alright, let's see if Klasia is still there. There shouldn't be another option to... Well, we'll see. Maybe there will be another option. Maybe something opened that check. I wouldn't think so, but maybe we get lucky.
The same small.
What was that?
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all.
I was right.
If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft plate.
Looks like love did him in after all.
She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her.
Say nothing. Let her answer.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me. Or that it was chemically induced and not real.
Why?
Easier that way.
She takes a sip. Was it? Real?
I don't know.
She looks down at the yard, then back into her coffee.
Hello, officer? What brings you up here again?
I found your boy. It was empty, just seawater.
Oh,
Did you take the document?
no, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, I should have destroyed them.
She doesn't seem to be lying. She's genuinely spooked by their disappearance.
Perhaps the people who are after you took it?
They couldn't know where I put it. I'm absolutely sure I was not followed. And I've told no one but you. You mentioned seawater? I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch. The documents were probably just washed away.
Let's get back to those lies you told.
Lies.
She repeats, then trails off. It's unclear what she intended to say.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
Let's not.
She slowly...
I see no reason to arrest her. Alright, what do we do now? I don't really know. Don't really need to look at that again. What is the next step? What was that check again? Where was it? Probably all the way at the bottom? Savoir-faire. Yeah, right. Let's put point in that. And let's get back to work, I would like to say. I don't know where, really. That was a white check, though, teleporting, wasn't it? We can try that again, if we fail. It shouldn't be too bad, maybe. Hopefully. I just wanted to have a decent chance, because normally you would say, well, you should just first try with the smaller chance and then put the points in. And I can't teleport again. I don't know why. But, anyway. Do you have anything over there that I would like to do? Maybe look into this again.
A lorry stuck. The windows
Yeah, there's
up.
nothing here. Here we go. Really go all the way back? Looked at this before, I'm pretty sure. Probably. I don't really know what else. Let me look at the task list again. We need to deliver that anyway. Climb the ladder onto the roof. And add more beauty to the wall, but for that we need conceptualization. Yeah, I think what we do first. I still can't teleport, can I? No, of course not. Don't know why. Come on, run. Yeah. We'll try to teleport first. And after we failed at trying to teleport, I will bring the tape to Egghead. And then we'll see. Maybe one of those two will be successful. Hopefully.